Copenhaver's Hermetica, Chapter 6, that the good is in God alone and nowhere else. The good, Asclepius, is in nothing except in God alone, or rather God himself is always the good. If this is so, the good must be the substance of all motion and generation, for nothing is abandoned by it. But this substance has an energy about it that stays at rest, that has no lack and no excess, that is perfectly complete, a source of supply, present in the beginning of all things. When I say that what supplies everything is good, I also mean that it is wholly and always good. Yet this good belongs to nothing else except to God alone. God lacks for nothing. To become evil in longing to possess it, nothing that exists can be lost to him, to cause him grief in losing it, for grief is a part of vice. Nothing is stronger than God, to make an adversary of him, nor does he have a companion to give him injury. Nothing is more beautiful, to cause desire in him. Nothing is unheeding of him, to make him angry, and nothing is wiser, to make him jealous. Since none of these qualities belongs to the substance, what remains but the good alone? Just as none of these other qualities exists in such a substance, by the same token the good will be found in none of the other substances. All the other qualities exist in all things, in the small, in the large, in things taken one by one, and in the living thing itself that is larger than all of them, and the most powerful. Since generation itself is subject to passion, things begotten are full of passions. But where there is passion, there is no good to be found, and where the good is, there is not a single passion. There is no night where it is day, and no day where it is night. Hence the good cannot exist in generation. It exists only in the unbegotten. Participation in all things has been given in matter, so also has participation in the good been given. This is how the cosmos is good, in that it also makes all things. Thus it is good with respect to the making that it does. In all other respects, however, it is not good. It is subject to passion and subject to motion, and a maker of things subject to passion. With reference to humanity, one uses the term good in comparison to evil. Here below, the evil that is not excessive is the good. Here below, the evil that is not excessive is the good, and the good is the least amount of evil here below. The good cannot be cleansed of vice here below, for the good is spoiled by evil here below, and once spoiled it no longer remains good. Since it does not remain so, it becomes evil. The good is in God alone, then, or God himself is the good. Therefore, Asclepius, only the name of the good exists among mankind, never the fact. It cannot exist here. Material body, squeezed on all sides by vice, sufferings, pains, longings, angry feelings, delusions, and mindless opinions, has no room for the good. And this is the worst of all, Asclepius. Here below they believe in each of the things I have just mentioned as the greatest good, when actually it is insuperable evil. Gluttony is the supplier of all evils. Error is the absence of the good here below. As for me, I give thanks to God for what he has put in my mind, even to know of the good, that it is impossible for it to exist in the cosmos. For the cosmos is a plenitude of vice, as God is a plenitude of good, or the good of God. If indeed there are things preeminently beautiful near to God's essence, those seem perhaps even cleaner and purer in some degree, which are part of him. One dares to say, Asclepius, that God's essence, if in fact he has an essence, is the beautiful, but that the beautiful and the good are not to be detected in any of the things in the cosmos. All the things that are subject to the sight of the eyes are as phantoms and shadowy illusions, but those not subject to it, especially the essence of the beautiful and the good. As the eye cannot see God, neither can it see the beautiful and the good, for they are integral parts of God alone, properties of God, peculiar to him, inseparable, most beloved. Either God loves them or they love God. If you can understand God, you will understand the beautiful and good, the exceedingly bright, whose brightness God surpasses. For this is incomparable beauty and inimitable good, as is God himself. As you understand God, then also understand the beautiful and the good, because they are not separated from God. These have nothing in common with other living things. If you ask about God, you ask about the beautiful. Only one road travels from here to the beautiful, reverence combined with knowledge. Hence those who remain in ignorance and do not travel the road of reverence dare to say that mankind is beautiful and good. But a human cannot see nor even dream of what the good might be. Mankind has been overrun by every evil, and he believes that evil is good. Therefore he uses evil, and more insatiably, and fears being deprived of it, striving with all his might not only to possess it, but even to increase it. Such, Asclepius, are the good and the beautiful for humans, things we can neither shun nor hate. Hardest of all to bear is that we have need of them and cannot live without them. End of chapter 6.